Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss the prose entitled The Kite Maker, written by Ruskin Bond. Actually, what is the meaning of kite maker? Who is he? He's a person who loves to make kites. That person is called as kite maker. Yes, the name is itself saying that the person loves to make kites. Okay, actually, what's the story? Here, look at here. About the story. Actually, here the kite maker. What is the kite maker's name? Mahmoud. Mahmoud is kite maker. His name is Mahmoud. So through this story, through this Mahmoud, actually this Mahmoud loves to make kites during those days. Actually, during past days, especially during Nawab periods, people love to fly kites a lot. They used to have kite bettings, battles with kites. Yes, actually, it is a sport of kings. People used to say that this kite flying was sport of kings. Yes, but because of the industrial revolution nowadays, because of this modernization, no one cares about kite making, flying kites in the air, kite bettings and battles, kite battle fighting with that of kites. Yes, because nowadays we are going to see just cricket betting, so such type of bettings. But in those days, they used to have the bettings with this kite flying, and even in those days, they used to launch kites during that. They used to launch kites and in front of that nawabs during those periods. We know nowadays movie launching, audio launching, so that we are coming across all these words. But in those days, people were very much fascinated towards this kite flying. So through this story, he was recalling the sweet memories of Mahmoud in those days when he was in childhood. His sweet memories, Mahmoud's sweet memories. So through this story, he showed us the sweet memories of Mahmoud, and Mahmoud love towards his kite making and his love towards his art and craft. Yes, going into the pre-reading activity. Look at here. Did you fly kites when you were younger? Do you still fly kites? Yes, these are the pre-reading activities. Yes, especially I think boys, when they were young, they used to fly kites. Do you know how kites are made? What were they made of in the past? And what are they made of now? Yes, these are the questions. Pre-reading activity. These are the questions. Look at third one. Do you know how the sharp thread, that is manja, yes, it's a familiar to each and everyone, used for kite fights, is made? Have you ever tried to make it or see it being made? Yes. Had you seen it? Next, different kites have different names. How many birds associated with kites or kite flying do you know or recall? Just he's asking us to recall. Do you think kite flying is a common today? In those days it's a common, but it's not a common right now because of this industrial revolution. As it used to be in the past, what are the reasons for the decline or increase in its popularity? He's asking for the decline or about his increase in its popularity. Is there any art form or a craft that your parents or grandparents were good at? Have you learned the art or craft from them? If no, why not? If yes, do you practice it? Yes, it's a craft skill. Yes, making kite. It's a art form or a craft skill. So here, what is the question? Do your parents or grandparents know such type of any craft works? If they know, do you practice it? How many traditional art forms and crafts can you name? Do you think traditional arts and crafts are flourishing or they facing a threat? If they are flourishing, where are they flourishing and how? If they are withering, what is posing a threat to them? So, these are the pre-reading activities in your textbook. Okay, now going to the author, about author. Okay, let me go through the author, Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is a renowned Indian author, especially popular for his books for children and young adults. He was born in Himachal Pradesh, that is the place, that is a state, Himachal Pradesh state, and they had given the, what is the, Kausili. Yes, it's a area name. Look at here. And grew up in Jamnagar, Dehradun, New Delhi, and Shimla. He wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, when he was 17, and since then has published more than 100 books, novellas, collections of stories, essays, and so on. The Blue Umbrella, a Hindi film that was awarded the National Film Award for Best Children's Film. Hindi film. What is that? Blue Umbrella, a Hindi film. Yes, in 2007, was based on his story of the same name. And the Hindi film Junoon was based on his story A Flight of Pigeons. Yes. He received 2 awards from Sahitya Academy, the Annual Academy Award in 1992 and look at here. He received 2 awards from Sahitya Academy. Yes, what is that? The Annual Academy Award in 1992 and Bala Sahitya Puraskar in 2012. He was also honored with the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan. He now lives in Lanchore, Mussoorie. Yes. Now, so already I said what is about the story, what's the story. So let me read it out. What is that about the story? The Kite Maker is a moving story about an expert kite maker. What is his name? Mahmoud. And the world he belonged to and his world. Here the story is saying about Mahmoud and his world. Watching his grandson, Ali, fly kites, Mahmoud recalls a time when he was well known throughout the city for his special kites. Through Mahmoud's reverie, Bond recreates a bygone era when people had the time for leisurely pastime such as kite flying and the aesthetic sense to patronize crafts such as kite making. Yes, through this story, he's trying to say that when people had the time for, at that time, those days, people had the time for leisurely pastimes such as kite flying and the aesthetic sense to patronize crafts. Yes, but nowadays, because of industrial revolution, even in those days, people used to sit under trees. Yes, and they used to chit chat during evenings. They used to sit chit chat like anything. So, but nowadays, everything cell phone, WhatsApp, chit chatting. Yes, because technology is changed, everything changed. So those are very sweet memories. But right now, we are, because of this busy life, yes, everything is changed. In the hustle and bustle of modern, materialistic city life, no one cares about either Mahmoud or his mastery. Bond uses several symbols. In this story, he represented symbols. He used several symbols. What are they? Trees, birds, stringed and severed kites. Yes, with telling effect to depict the nature of human life. So here, so he used as symbols. Yes, got it. Next, here, here even he is saying, describing about the human nature of human life. Because if this industrial revolution, what is the position? What is our, yes. Next, coming to the kite maker, Ruskin bond. Let me read it out. There was there was but one tree in the street known as Gully Ramnath, an ancient banyan that had grown through the cracks of abundant musk. And little Ali's kite had caught in its branches. Yes, there was a street known as Gully Ramnath. Yes, an ancient banyan. Yes, here the tree that had grown. Yes, so that is its old tree, banyan tree. It's a very old tree. So we can see the cracks of this. Yes, banyan tree grown through the cracks of, yes, of an abundant mask. So here there in the mask, actually in the masjid. Yes, there was a banyan tree. And little Ali's kite had caught in its branches. Yes, his kite, little Ali's. Who is little Ali? Actually, he is grandson of Mahmud. Yes, the small kid, he is playing with his flying. He's trying to fly the kite in the air. Yes, but it had caught in its branches. Banyans, yes, banyan trees, branches. Okay. The boy, look at here, barefoot and clad only in a torn shirt, ran along the cobbled stones of the narrow street to where his grandfather sat, nodding dreamily in the sunshine of their back courtyard. So here the boy ran towards his grandfather, especially kids. So they can't catch that kite. So he, to take help, he went to call his grandfather. So at that time, grandfather was sitting under the tree. Just he was where his grandfather sat, nodding his dreamily in the sunshines of their back courtyard. At that time, this person, grandfather, actually he was dreaming, daydreaming. Yes, yes, that grandfather, he was at the back courtyard. Yes, Ali's house back courtyard. So he was rushed to, Ali was rushed towards his grandfather for help. Next, look at here. Grandfather. Yes, because he's small. really people, small kids, they shout in the same way. Yes, mom, 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 or dad, dad, or something. They shout. Here, he he's calling his grandfather because he wants help. So he's calling grandfather. He shouted, my cat has gone. Yes, the old man woke from his daydream with a start and raising his head, displaced a beard that would have been white had it not been dyed red with mehendi leaves. Okay, here he had given the description of the beard, this Mahmud's beard. Okay, so that Ali, just he was shouting, grandfather, grandfather, like that he was shouting and saying, my kite has gone, my kite has gone. Then he suddenly woke up from his daydream. Yes, next. Here, grandfather, he's asking, yes, his Ali, did the twin break? He asked. I know that kite twin is not what it used to be. No, grandfather, the kite is stuck in the banyan tree. So, grandfather, he's asking about this. Did the twin break? Then he's saying, no, it's not that. Just my kite is stuck in the banyan tree. The old man chuckled. You have yet to learn how to fly a kite properly, my child. So grandfather is saying to his grandchild, no mama, no beta, you have to learn how to fly a kite properly. Yes, he's very small. So this Mahmud was teaching his grandson, and I am too old to teach you. That's the pity of it. But you shall have another. And the grandfather was saying, he's saying to his grandson, I'm too old so to teach you. So he really, that person is a very old man. But you shall have another. He is saying, okay, beta, though I am very old, I am trying to make a new kite for you. Yes. Look at here. He had just finished making a new kite from bamboo paper and thin silk, and it lay in the sun, foaming up. It was a pale pink kite with a small green tail. So look at here. Grandfather, yes, at last he made a new kite, finished a new kite. And here, with what are the things, with what things? Bamboo paper and thin silk. Yes, these two, he used these two and he prepared, yes, he finished making a new kite. So it was a pale pink color with a small green tail. The old man handed it to Ali. This is a new kite. He handed to it his grandson. And the boy raised himself on his toes and kissed his grandfather's hollowed out cheek. So here the boy was very happy, yes, after taking new, yes, even kids, even we says, yes, thank you. Yes, even this boy, small boy, he was very happy with that new kite. So generally children hug their parents or somebody hug when they get chocolate, when they give chocolate, something. Yes, they are very happy for such moments. Even here, the boy is very much, very, very happy. Yes, and he kissed his grandfather. It's a common thing. Next, I will not lose this one, he said. This kite will fly like a bird. Yes, he was saying to his grandfather, yes, grandfather, this time I'm sure that it is going to be, I'm not going to lose it. Yes, I will take care of this kite. And he turned on his heels and skipped out of the courtyard. Just he went out from the courtyard. Yes, to outside to fly the kite in the air.